Welcome! The election held in the second quarter of October 2014 in various countries such as Brazil, Botswana, Tunisia, Uruguay, and Ukraine is what we have to offer as our international highlight. Please join us. In Brazil, President Dilma Rousseff, the Workers' Party PT candidate, needed a second round to beat her opponent Aécio Neves of Brazilian Social Democracy Party PSDB and called for unity and dialogue after the lowest election in that Latin American country's history. Dilma, a 60-year-old ex-guerrilla imprisoned and tortured during the dictatorship, obtained 51.6% of the votes against Aécio's 48.3% in the country's lowest election since 1989, when the Brazilians went to the ballots after the military dictatorship of 1964-1985. After her re-election, Dilma pledged to revive the economy, boost political reform, and the fight against corruption, thus strengthening control institutions and changing the legislation in force to end the impunity in her government. Another highlight was the re-election of Botswana President Ian Khama for a second term, during which he will have to fight unemployment in this country heavily affected by the fluctuation in the diamond market, the main source of national revenues. The voting process was marked by a relative push from the opposition that accused Khama of not being able to handle the effects of the crisis on the national economy, causing an unemployment outbreak, especially among the youth. As to Tunisia, this North African state is gearing up for a change in power after the victory of the main Laïc party, the Nida Touné, in the legislative election over the Islamists of the Ennahda, who have already admitted defeat 4 years after the uprising in the birthplace of the Arab Spring. The main Tunisia secular party, Nida Touné, is an organization that brings together left and center-right figures from the government of ex-president Zine El Abidine Ben Ali, ousted in 2011 revolution. The winning party is set to form a coalition to obtain a majority of 109 of the parliament's 217 seats. Meanwhile, in Latin America, the elections in Uruguay will lead to a runoff. According to the election court that conducted a manual counting of the votes, Vasquez, the candidate standing for the Broad Front coalition, got 45.5% of the votes against 31.7% of Lacaille Pou of the National Party. Ukraine also held a parliamentary election in which the voters turned out for an irreversible approximation to Western Europe. The West welcomed the results, while Russia says the country can now handle its real problems. The voters turned their back to the pro-Russian parties linked to the ex-government of Viktor Yanukovych, ousted in February this year, and to the veterans of the politics like the ex-prime minister Yulia Tymoshenko. Elections were not held in Crimea, annexed to Russia, in March this year. Neither were they held in the zones controlled by the separatists in the eastern regions of Lugansk and Donetsk. As a result of the parliament's 450 seats, 27 will remain unoccupied. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.